Before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I just released a new twerking video on OnlyFans, and I think you would really like it, so please go check it out.
Alright, so today I have Miss Kitten 02. Miss Kitten, she's a adult entertainer. She's a OnlyFans creator. She's a Twitch streamer. She's an Instagrammer, and she's also on my free cams. Miss Kitten, I want to tell you thank you for giving me the chance to have you on my show. It's an honor to have you. With that
Thank
being
you.
said, Miss Kitten is also my 100th interview, and it means a lot to me. And I appreciate you, Miss Kitten, coming on my show.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here, and I think it's really special that I got to be your 100th interview. That makes me very happy.
For real, me too, me too. My next question for you, well, my first question for you is, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Kai. I am 18, and as soon as I turned 18, I became a cam girl, and I had been wanting to do it since I was very young, so it's pretty much my whole personality now. I really like it. I like animals, and yeah, that's about it. I don't have very much going for me, to be honest.
Nah, that's cool. All right. So, Miss Kai, how has how has you being a cam girl been so far?
It's been really good. It's pretty much everything that I ever dreamed it would be, even better sometimes. I always loved being naked, hanging out in my room naked, and putting a camera in front of me was just the step that I couldn't do until I turned 18. So, literally on my 18th birthday, like midnight, like 1 in the morning on my 18th birthday, I was signing up for Chatterbait and My Free Cams and OnlyFans, making new Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And it's really been a dream. Like, my whole family has told me that I seem so much happier, and like I have a purpose in life now. My therapist thinks it's really good for me, so I really like it. It's great.
Well, hey, Miss Kitten, hey, if everything going right, don't stop. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
exactly.
For real. Um, all right. So you doing this? Well, you being a cam girl. Are there any other cam girls that help you out, or did you have to do everything on your own?
So my friend was doing this. Her name is Ruby. She was doing this a little bit before I was, but she was a big help in me getting started. I wouldn't say that she was like what influenced me to get started because I'd been wanting to do it for a really long time. But she was the one who recommended using My Free Cams rather than any of the other websites, which I think has been a really good decision so far. I really like My Free Cams. She helped me figure out like what I should charge for my prices and stuff. More or less. She doesn't do it anymore. I think she might still do it occasionally, but not super often. And I have another cam girlfriend named Eva, who also coincidentally is my ex. But she hasn't helped me more. I've done the helping for her because she just started. She's actually probably going to be doing one of her first streams here in a few days, so I think that's pretty exciting.
I think that's cool too. I think that's real cool. Um, Alright, so Miss Kitten, my next question for you is: are there any cam girls or cam guys that you see that one day you would like to collaborate with?
Honestly, I would love to collaborate with anyone, like anyone who would be down for it. That would make me so happy. There is, I wouldn't say that I want to collaborate with this person, more that I just look up to her. I can't remember her name, but on Twitter, they just celebrated that she had won Miss My Free Cams of December for the 10th year in a row. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know that anybody was on this website for that long. I thought that was super cool, and it's like my dream to someday be like her. I don't have any specifically in mind that I want to collaborate with because I don't really talk to the other models that often. For some reason, a lot of the models kind of have something against each other. I don't really know why. I would be totally down to collaborate with anyone who hit me up. Like that would just mean the world to me.
That's cool. I don't know why they don't want to get along together. I don't know why, but shoot.
Women.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
well, nah. All right. So just to let it be known, like, hey, Miss Kitten, hey, anybody want to work, just get up with her. Um,
Yeah, for sure. Hit me up.
for real. All right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what type of content do you create?
So for the most part, I do like streaming is my main source of content. My like art form is decorating my room and my outfit for the stream of the night, but I also do a lot of photography. I like to cosplay and take pictures. But lately, I have been getting into making custom videos for people, which is super fun. They will like request what they want me to do in the video and how long they want it to be, and then I send it to them, and then I also post it edited. So if they ask me to like say their name or something, I edit their name out, and then I post it on ManyVids, which is like basically it's hard to explain. It's like a catalog of porn, and you can like go through and add things to your cart basically. And I have a lot of custom content on there now, which is super cool. It's giving me a lot more to work with because I couldn't come up with these ideas on my own. You know, these things are amazingly intricate ideas. Sometimes I love it.
That's cool. That's cool. Miss Kitten, can you tell us a couple of requests that people have made?
Yeah, for sure. The first request that I ever got was I didn't actually do this one because this was before I did custom videos, but I got this message probably 2 days after I started my Instagram account, and this person asked me to film a video of myself upside down in a trash can with my legs swinging back and forth helplessly, like screaming for help. But I don't have anybody who helps me like take pictures, so I didn't think it would be realistic for me to do something like that yet. But I mean, if that person is still out there, I'll do it.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Um, all right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what are some things that are unordinary that people type in your chat?
Wow, that's. I mean, every day, every day I see some shit. I've had people ask me if they can like shrink, like if they can shrink themselves and like just crawl up my ass. I've had people ask me if I would eat them, whole or chopped up. I really don't know what. Probably whole. I imagine they're probably into vor. No judgment, of course. But I do think that vor is one of the more interesting kinks out there. I've had people ask me like if I can squirt milk out of my titties, which unfortunately I can't. But yeah, lots of weird stuff. I'm sure I could think of 100 more examples. People get really weird sometimes, which I love because I myself am very weird.
That's cool. That's cool. I've never thought of that before. I've never wanted to tell a girl to
Right?
eat me.
Yeah, I actually I've been talking to someone on Instagram, and he sent me a picture, and I always get warning bells when I see a picture on Instagram because it's 99% of the time it's a dick. And I opened it and it was a dick, but it was not what I was expecting. It was furry porn, which all the power to you, like whatever. But I was like, you know, I commented to him and I said somehow I knew I was gonna open this and see a dick, and he was like, at least it wasn't mine. And I was thinking to myself, you know, honestly, I might have rather have seen a human dick in this one scenario because that was really terrible. It scarred my retinas. I'm scarred for life.
That's cool. That's crazy. Mm-mm. I've never seen
Yeah.
furry porn. Furry porn.
Well, I mean, if you're into it, that's great, but I mean, not me, not my thing personally.
That's cool. Um, all right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what are your plans for the rest of 2021?
So I am currently working on moving out. I've been renovating a trailer house, a mobile home for myself for the last 2 years. It used to be my dad's project, and I designed it all when I was 15. I was supposed to be moved out when I was 16, so it's been a very long time since I started this, so it's getting very close. It should have been done a long ass time ago, but it's finally almost happening. And that house is completely designed with streaming in mind, so I'm hoping that this will be a big year for my career. I'm hoping it really takes off because I will have all sorts of new backdrops and costumes and just a lot more flexibility with my recording. Other than that, I don't really have much planned. I hope that this year is better for everyone than last year was. But yeah, I really hope that my career continues to grow as much as it has been or more, because that's pretty much what my whole life revolves around at this point.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How often do you work in a day?
So for streaming, I work 3 times a week, and when I move out, I'm planning on streaming every single day. But as of right now, since I live with my parents, it's really difficult for me to try to stream every day. A lot of times, I'm doing stuff with my family at night, or I can't stream during the day because the laundry room is right next to my bedroom, so that would be disruptive. My little sister practices piano right next to my room. I have dogs barking all day. Like, it's just not realistic for me yet to stream more than this. But I also have a day job and I work about 4 days a week doing that. So I pretty much work 7 days a week, either at my day job or on stream. Uh, don't really have very many days off these days, but that's okay. I like it that way.
That was my next question. Like, when do you get a break?
Yeah, never. Never. I mean, when I sleep at night, that's my break.
So, um, all right. So, Miss Kitten, what advice do you have for women who are considering being cam girls or OnlyFans creators?
That's a really good question. I kind of wish that I had someone to give me advice when I first started, and I could have looked up an infinite number of advice guides, but they don't really capture some of the more real aspects about it. Like, it's a lot of work. I really love it. Like, don't get me wrong, but taking pictures and having posts for OnlyFans every day or very frequently is pretty hard to stay on top of. Streaming, especially at first, people are really, really, really mean because it's pretty much the same people who go from room to room bullying models for things that are completely out of their control, like your nose is ugly, your teeth are ugly, you're fat, whatever. Like, if you have any quality about yourself that anyone could pick on, they will. They are relentless. But as soon as you get those people banned from your rooms, it's a breeze. It's like constant showering of compliments and money and affection. So it's kind of like you win some, you lose some. I feel like some people might have to give away a piece of themselves to be in a career like this. People who are not as inclined to being naked, for example. Like, getting naked for strangers is a pretty big deal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have been sending nudes for a very long time now, so this is not very new for me, but I haven't been in the business for very long. I've only been in since September when I turned 18, so maybe the next time you interview me, I might have some more sound advice for a long term setting.
All right, so you said since September. That's like 3 4 months. So with
Yeah,
that, it's like That's still 3 months of experience that some people have been trying to do for
that's true.
3 years. Like,
That's true.
you doing your thing. I don't know. Shoot, a lot of people don't make it once they start past a month. You done got this far. Um,
I'm very, very grateful for that. I have
that's
some
cool.
very can't think of the word. I can't think of the word that I want, but some very like loyal and amazing supporters. Like, I have a very strong, I don't want to say fan base because I'm not like super popular yet, but yeah. That's the best way I can think of describing it. People are very keen on protecting me and promoting me, so that makes me very happy. Like I think I've managed to develop a very good connection with my audience.
That's cool. You have a strong support system.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
cool. That's cool. Um, all right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what's your zodiac sign?
I am a Virgo, very organized, and it's funny because Virgo means virgin, and look at me.
For real. Um,
What's yours?
I'm a Cancer.
Nice. You know,
Yeah,
funny thing, I've always had quite the connection with cancers. Explains why we've been able to be such good friends in these last few weeks.
for real. We just been kicking it like I don't know. You, I don't know. I don't know. You
Exactly.
cool. I can't say nothing bad about you.
Someday, I promise, you'll come up with something.
I don't know. So far, we just been vibing out. You chill.
I really
Ooh.
appreciate that.
Do you mind showing your RPG?
Oh, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, this is the little toy I picked up the other day. Um, it's silicone and metal, I guess. I don't fucking know. Probably metal. And it's a little dab rig. This part comes out, but it's like glued together. So I have been really enjoying just like sitting here during my streams, like before and after, like going off camera. I'm like, you know, yeah, I love this thing though. It's so cute. I'm like not sure how to hold it so that you could see it best, but
Yeah. Hold it from the back part. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
it
That's
bent.
cool.
Got a little
Limp.
floppy there.
Yeah.
I love it because it's so accurate. You literally just like
That's
yeah, I love
cool.
this thing.
And it's silicone, so like you could drop it 100 times, and
Yeah,
that's
that's actually why I picked it out. Because I have a lot of very fragile pieces. So when I'm traveling, it's really nice to have something that I can just like, bends all over the place. I could drop it from. I'm not gonna drop it onto my bed because it's gonna get cat hair stuck to it like a magnet. But
for
yeah, it's
real.
pretty durable.
That's
And it was
cool.
only like $10.
What? That's dope. For real, I like that. That's cool. Um. All right, so Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what's your favorite color?
So, I hate how in depth my response to this question is going to be. My favorite color to look at is cerulean blue, which is probably about this color. But my favorite color to wear on myself is red. I really like the way that red looks on my skin tone. But yeah, blue is like my favorite color, like the most basic version of a favorite color that someone can have, but I freaking love red when I'm associating it with myself. I actually have blue in my hair. It's kind of hard to see because it's like buried, but yeah, it kind of looks green now because it faded, but
That's cool. That's cool. What's your favorite number?
I like the number two. But I also really like, and this is gonna sound super basic, but I like the number 13, not because of any superstition or anything like that, but because if you write the number 13 really close together, it looks like the letter B, which I think is super funny. So it's like I don't know, those two numbers are pretty cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
I
Um,
also like 420.
that's one of the best numbers. All right. So, Miss Kitten, somebody said I asked them what's their favorite number. They said, not to be associated with anything. This is not why this is my favorite number, but my favorite number is 420. When she said that,
You were like, not to be associated with anything.
well, why else would you
What's
like
the
the
purpose of
number?
that?
But I don't care. I don't judge her though. She cool. She still. I can't remember. I can't remember her name, but I remember her. But she was so cool and so nice. But like I'm
I
still
bet you that she just didn't want to like come out like being too upfront about smoking. I mean, I could be wrong, but I
nah.
have an uncle who wakes up every morning at 4:20 just to smoke. That's dedication right there.
I would love to hang with him.
Yeah, you would. He has no brain cells left. It's just weed. That's it.
He could be my
You could
best
probably
friend.
smoke
Everybody needed
him.
Patrick Star.
Yes,
Everybody.
exactly. That's what he is. Patrick Star, but if Patrick was a stoner.
Right. For real. That's cool. That's cool. I love to go to his rock. He probably got all the knickknacks and patty whacks. Yeah.
Unfortunately, under his rock, there are also a bunch of crackheads. But like,
I'm
that's fine.
cool on that.
Too.
I'll pass. I'll pass. Yeah.
No thanks.
No, cool. Shout out to your uncle though.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to my uncle. I hope to God that he never watches this, but if he does, shout out.
Oh man, do you ever have any family supporters in your streams?
No, no. They don't watch. My whole family knows what I do, but they are not interested in watching. My family's very curious. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if any of them had clicked on out of pure curiosity. But I'm sure that as soon as they saw me and what I was doing, they were probably like, "Bye, this is too much." Hopefully, I do like Twitch streams too, so it would be okay for them to tune into something like that. But it's still like my camming identity has to be kind of separated from my real life identity because, you know,
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, my next question for you, Miss Kitten, is what's your five favorite foods?
five favorite foods. That's tough because this is gonna sound super weird. I really don't like to eat. I think that it's like emotionally exhausting. Like I just I I don't know how to word this without sounding like a total psychopath, but I hate taking care of like bodily functions. It just seems like it's so tedious. Like I have to breathe. What the fuck? But if I had to name them, pizza is my number one, and not because I like pizza more than the other foods, but because I have eaten pizza the longest without getting sick of it. In fact, for high school, every single day I had pizza for lunch. I would order a pizza at the beginning of the week, and then throughout the week I would just have like one or two slices every day. So pizza's my number one. For number two, I think I'm gonna have to say mac and cheese. These are all going to be carbs, by the way. Number three, probably just like bread, like French bread. I really like mashed potatoes. Actually, scratch that. Any kind of potatoes. Potatoes are fucking bomb. Fries, chips, anything. And for five, I'm gonna say steak. And I like my steak medium rare, and I would eat it bloody if I could.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, I like potatoes too. You know, matter
Hell yeah.
all kinds.
Potatoes are bomb. You could do anything with them.
Have you ever just like cut up a actual potato and fry it?
I don't think so, but maybe. I mean, my mom does all sorts of interesting stuff in the kitchen. But I'm sure I've tried a potato in just about every way that you could, but not off the top of my head, no. Maybe I'll have to try that next.
My friend made some. My friend made. He had some potatoes, and he was just cut them in thin slices. And he put them in a little pot with some grease in it. Well, a pan with some grease in it, and he made chips.
Dude,
Like I'm talking about chips, like Lay's. Like
my cat came to say hello.
for real, that's
Well,
a
more his
big cat
butthole came to
too.
say hello, but
That's a big cat.
yeah, he's really big. He looks even bigger because I am so small, but he weighs like 13 pounds, and the average house cat weighs 9.
Like
So he's
what?
chunky. He's 3 feet long.
He looks like a person. Oh my god.
This is Cookie. He hates me.
That's cool.
I'm just kidding. He's a
That's
precious
cool.
boy. Dude, I'm gonna have to try chips like that though. That sounds bomb.
For real, we put ketchup on them.
Dude. Hell yeah.
But it was like chips and kind of French fries at the same time. Like it
Nice.
was. I don't know how to explain it. It was cool though. I liked it though.
Man, you're making me hungry.
No, cause it's exhausting.
True. I mean, I do eat. But like if someone was like you could just take supplements for the rest of your life, I would in a heartbeat. Like if I could just skip all that.
If I could live off smoothies, I would.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I have for breakfast. I just have like a slim fast and like the diet shake, and it's not because I think I'm fat or anything. But those things are fucking good, and they're very filling and they're very good for you. So, hell yeah, slim fast.
For real. Um, I'm sorry.
No worries. Just trying to catch your fun.
Yeah. Miss Kitten. My next question for you is, what are your 5 favorite restaurants?
Ooh, that's good. Number one, right off the bat, I gotta say Taco Bell. Shout out to Taco Bell. Literally so addictive. um, Second, I think I don't know if you would consider like Domino's to be a restaurant. I mean, I guess it
Absolutely.
is. Yeah, I love pizza and I love Domino's. So next, I think I'm gonna have to say Red Robin. I don't know if you've ever been, but
Yum.
fucking delicious
For
and the
sure.
milkshakes bomb. What am I on? Three, four. This is tough. This are
Take your
really. I've
time.
never been asked anything like this before. Shit, I don't know. Four, maybe like Carl's Jr. um, and five. I'm not gonna say the name of it because it's a local restaurant.
Don't say it's
Um,
okay. It's okay. It's
but
okay.
it's just a pizza place. It's like a all you can eat buffet, and you just pay to get in, and then you go up and you get basically as much pizza as you want. It's pretty
That's
cool.
cool. I like play. It's like a pizza salad bar.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
For real.
I love
Um,
it.
that's cool. We have a we have a couple places like that where I'm from, but we also have this one place, and it's like that. But you can also ask them, and like you can also talk to the workers in the back and say, "Hey, man, I want a custom pizza with buffalo chicken and hot sauce and ranch and potatoes and gravy on it," and they'll make it.
Nice,
Like,
dude. I think that the restaurant in my town does the same thing, but I am not 100% sure on that because I only eat pepperoni because I'm very boring. So normally they just have the pizza that I want readily available to everyone, but I think they do the same thing. I know that it's in the kind of style where you could request something like the workers are right there in front of you, so maybe I'll have to try something interesting sometime
no,
just
that's
because you
cool.
you said so.
That's cool. That's cool. If I had a choice, I'll only eat cheese pizza all day. I
I like
don't.
cheese pizza too.
Yeah, but it's like when I be getting only cheese pizza, they don't be putting a lot of cheese on it. I be eating just bread. I don't like that. Like
Just straight up the crust.
for
That's it.
real. Like what's
That's your whole meal.
for
Put
real?
some butter on it.
Um. All right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what are 5 countries that you would like to visit?
That's good. Well, I do want to visit Canada, which I don't know if that's on like my number one to visit. Like I'm not gonna list them in any specific order. Canada's just super close, and like I want to see um, just like the stuff, the Canada stuff. And I was gonna go to Jamaica actually next month. I planned this a year ago, but that's obviously not gonna happen. So, um, but that's okay because it's really expensive anyways. But I do really want to visit Jamaica. For one reason in particular, which is but also they do a lot of like nudity stuff, like nude beaches and like nude resorts, and I'm a fucking nudist, so I'm gonna go to Jamaica and I'm not gonna put on clothes the entire trip.
I know these. I know these two ladies in Jamaica who I interviewed. One of them, she's like a model, and like
Nice.
some of her pictures are like she does some nude modeling. So yeah,
Nice.
if you ever go to Jamaica and want to go find some nudists, I can recommend you for sure.
Thank you.
I
Maybe me
can
and her will
recommend
be. She'll be like my tour guide.
you for real.
We'll be friends.
And
But yeah,
she,
and I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
nah, go ahead, you good.
No, I promise. You go ahead.
I was just about to say, and she burned too. She burned.
Nice.
She
Hell yeah.
for
That's the
real.
most important part, right?
That's the only important part. Like,
I was just gonna go on with the other countries, but that's why I said that you should go ahead because mine was gonna take way longer.
no, I'm sorry. All right, last thing I'm gonna say about Jamaica is like, well, that is anytime I have a friend, anytime somebody's trying to be my friend, that's my first question.
Do you smoke? I've met some of my best friends just like asking them or offering for them to come do that.
For
It's the
real.
best.
All
It
right,
brings
so
people together.
absolutely, I feel like if everybody smoke, we don't have no wars.
Yes, I
What
agree.
if I was the president and us and let's just say Australia, America and Australia was having wars between each other, I'd call their president or their prime minister or their boss and say, "Hey, come roll up with me. Come, let's
Hell yes.
we'll rent out a 2006 Toyota Camry, just just drive around and roll up
That sounds like the best life.
for real."
I have this friend who he is just like a master at rolling joints. He does it in like 2 seconds. I'm sure we all know someone like that. You might even be like that. But I told him that he has my personal promise of being my right hand joint roller when I get rich and famous, and I'm gonna have like a cigarette box of joints on me at all times. Like, going to the store, I step outside, everyone sees this rich like middle-aged woman reaching into her fancy fur purse, pulling out a pack of cigarettes, and then lighting it up, and they're like, "That doesn't smell like cigarettes." That's my future.
That's cool. I want to be the same way, but I might need a carton of cigarettes.
You need both cigarettes and joints. What if you
Mm,
like mix them and then whenever you pull them out, you just don't know which one you're getting?
nah, I'm just saying I need a carton full of joints.
Yes.
Yeah,
I actually found one at my dispensary. It was like literally just a little. It was so cute. I'll have to send you a picture because it was literally the cutest thing ever. It looked like a cigarette box.
ooh, have you ever heard of King Louis the 13th?
Mm-mm. Well, like the person, yes, but if it's like a weed thing, then
Yeah,
no.
nah, the weed thing. It's a I'm gonna have to send you a picture of that too.
All right.
If you remember, remind me, cause I'm gonna forget
Yeah, me too,
for
probably,
sure.
but I'll try.
Matter of fact, no, I'm writing right here. Give me a
Good
second.
idea.
I probably will not know what this means. I just put KL13.
I'll
That's
remind
just
you. You can message me and be like, "What the fuck does this mean?"
for real. Yeah, but they're like marijuana cigarettes. It looks just like a carton of cigarettes. Same thing. Oh, but
Oh yeah.
the case is black. It come in a black
Ooh,
case with like
that's
red
aesthetic.
writing on it. It's cool.
I love that. The ones that I had were black with like white accents and like teal writing and teal logos. Very neat. And the joints were like this big. Like they were tiny, but it was so cute because it was like the perfect amount for one person. Like you just pull it out and you light it and you smoke the whole thing in like 3 minutes and then you just get on with your day.
That's cool. Do you know Chief Keef? Um, dang. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not up to date on weed culture.
Nah, he's been here since like 2008. It's okay. But nah,
I'm not up to any date.
it's okay. It's okay. But he's an artist from Chicago, but he stays in California now. But yeah, he has his own brand of marijuana where he has pre-rolled backwoods.
Really
Yeah, I'm
nice.
talking about they fat. Like I think it's like 5 grams in every backwood.
Damn.
For real.
You gotta have a friend for that, or I gotta have a friend for that. I will die.
Like the candy. An hour later,
True.
put that mug out. Just ash it
Yeah,
out.
that's true. Have half for later. I have done that before. Normally, I just am with a bunch of friends, so I don't get the opportunity. But sometimes I've saved some.
Oh, that's cool. See, I'm smoking by myself. I'll go.
I mean,
I'll
me
go
too.
to my
But
friends when after I get high. We could smoke after that, but no.
I mean, I just meant like with joints. Like for the most part, I smoke by myself. But with joints and blunts, particularly, I normally only smoke them with friends because I love them. But it's just like I don't want to call it a waste of weed because it's not like you're smoking it, but compared to like how high I can get from a bong by myself, like
Absolutely. That's
it's more
definitely
like a
wasting weed.
celebration thing for me.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Um, I definitely understand. That's definitely wasting weed, though. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So, what do you prefer? Do you prefer joints, backwoods, or blunts?
Oh god. I prefer them differently in different settings. Like I'd say that joints are probably my favorite like aesthetically. Like they're plain. Sometimes they have cute wraps, like cute colors and stuff. Also, I feel like they don't leave as much of a lingering smell. Like I feel like the tobacco blunts definitely make my house stink for longer. That might just be in my head, but my favorite at the moment is actually like hemp blunts. I really dig those, and I get this kind that's like bubblegum flavored. It literally tastes just like the tape gum, like the pink rolls. I don't know if
What?
you've ever had one of those. Tastes
Yeah.
the exact same. They're so good.
Yeah, the roll whenever it get real small, you try to put the whole thing in your mouth.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know what you
that
mean.
stuff.
Alright, so can you please send me a picture of that later on? I
Yeah,
want
for
to try
sure.
that
I
because
will. You might have to write that down too.
probably will. Cotton candy flavored blunts.
Us two stoners trying to remember a single thing between the two of us. This is my life.
Me too. I feel like if we went to the same school, we'd be best friends.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we would roll in the same crowds at least.
Absolutely.
I am actually kind of a bitch in real life, so you might not like me in real life,
You
but
might not like me in real life either.
why not?
Cause I'm too chill. I really don't care
Too
about
chill.
nothing. Too chill. Like it could be something very serious going on.
Like, yeah, just take a hit. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm like, I'm sorry for what you going through, but it's mine. I'm
No,
cool
I
on
get
that.
you.
I'm cool. Mm-mm.
I
I don't
totally get
know.
what you're saying, though.
Like I don't know, and I don't have no. I don't complain about nothing. Like, I just be chilling. I don't like listening to hear nobody complain either. Like if you trying to talk about something, I like to listen. But not if you just complaining all day.
Yeah, no, I hate that too. I think that's why I don't have any friends, because everyone always just comes to me like wanting advice or something, and I'm like, not me. I don't know anything about anything. Don't ask me for advice.
For real. All right, so Miss Kitten, before I rudely interrupted you, two of the
Oh
five
yeah.
countries that you would like to visit is Canada and Jamaica.
Alrighty. So number three. time to think about this now. Number three, I'm gonna say Brazil. I think would be really cool to visit. Um, Number four, I really want to go to Russia. I think it would be really cool to visit Russia. It's gonna be miserable and cold, and I'm not gonna know what the fuck's going on, but I think that'd be a cool place to visit. And last is Germany. I'd love to visit Germany, especially because I have like a friend who I grew up with on the internet who I called like my sister. She wasn't really my sister, like it was just like an internet thing, and we were both like blonde hair, blue eyed, and she was like, "We need to go to Germany and like pretend to be Germans." And I think that would be a lot of fun. It probably wouldn't last because I don't know German, but it sounds like a fun adventure. I'm not blonde now, but you know.
I thought you was blonde.
I mean, I'm like naturally blonde.
I
My
was just
natural
playing. I was
color
just
is brown,
playing.
but
That's cool. Um, all right. So, what are some colors that you dye your hair? What are some other colors
I
that you dye your hair?
well, I'm not gonna show you because it's embarrassing, but I have like a little piece of hair from every hair color I've had saved, which is super gross. I know, but
No, can I
I
please
just
see?
yeah, all right. Hold on, let me just
Yeah,
grab.
that's
This isn't
cool.
every hair color; it's just like a few of them, but
That's
I have
cool.
it on my wall, which is super weird. I used to decorate my room like a weirdo. Just don't worry about it, okay? So this was like this magenta color that I did. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll put it against my shirt so you can see. I saved this color. It doesn't look as good in the bag as it did in real life, but this shit was so bright and beautiful. And this is orange that my hair was. This was my favorite one, of course. Hot Cheeto red.
Yes.
And this is dark blue.
Oh,
I've also dyed my hair light blue, purple. Like the first one I showed you looked purple, but I've done one that was even darker than that, like a deep royal purple. The only color I haven't done is green, and that's next. I'm not gonna do it like my whole like right now. I kind of want to I kind of want to shave my head in the summer to let my hair grow back healthy because it's really, I mean, you might be able to tell it's really stringy and like damaged from dyeing it so many times. And I have a lot of really nice wigs that I could wear, so probably just gonna like let it start over. But right before I do that, I'm gonna just dye it a whole bunch of different colors and just like fry the shit out of it, and then I'm gonna shave it off.
that's cool. That's cool. Whenever you do shave it off in your own stream and somebody starts trolling you, all you gotta do is just snatch that wig off and say, "This
True.
is what you're do. This is what you're really doing your thing to."
You stressed me out so much you made my goddamn hair fall off.
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that. You have them people traumatized.
You made me go bald.
For real.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great idea.
That's cool.
I can't wait.
For real. All right, so Miss Kitten, my next question for you is: would you rather go into space or deep sea diving?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna be honest, the concept of both of them is terrifying to me. Um, but I think if I had to choose, I'd probably pick space. I feel like in space, everything is a lot more. Well, first of all, space is really cool. Like, I love the stars, I love astrology, whatever. And I feel like in space, if you end up in a situation where like your mask comes undone and like your oxygen supply runs out or you get ejected from your ship or something, you're dead. Like that's it. You're dead right in that moment. And if you're like scuba diving, I feel like it's technically the same. Like if anything goes wrong, you'll die, but I feel like drowning, I don't know why, but I feel like drowning would take so much longer and hurt so much worse than just like having your entire body depressurize all at once. So I think I'm gonna have to pick space based on my fear of death.
That
I hope
sounds
this
like a
makes
great
sense.
answer. My answer has always been deep sea diving, but you're right. I would rather die in space than in the water.
Well, what's interesting? What's interesting too about the ocean? Because I think the ocean's very interesting too.
You're right, but it's like, man, if I die in the ocean, there's probably gonna be like a billion fish coming and eat off my body.
True. If you die in space, you will never decompose.
For real.
You're just floating around looking like a corpse for the rest of your life. Well, you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, alright, so Miss Kitten, my next question for you is what are your five favorite animals?
Ooh, the first one is going to be tough because it's like a dead tie between cats and dogs. I guess I'll just say cats and dogs, and they're interchangeable. Number one and two. I really don't like other people's cats, but I love my cats. I love all dogs, so I guess I would rank dogs slightly higher than cats. Um, but I love them both. Third place, probably like a fox. I think foxes are pretty cool. And fourth place, maybe like a raccoon. Raccoons are pretty fucking. They're basically me. I went downstairs today with like handfuls of food to go into my room, and I was just like, like I am a raccoon. I'm a trash panda. And for my fifth one, this is tough. I think I'm gonna have to say octopus. I think octopuses are really cool, and I know that's way different from all the other ones I've said. But I mean, I actually have an octopus tattooed on the back of my leg, so
What?
you can't really see it, but I can get closer if you want.
That's cool.
Only if you want to see, though.
I
It's
mean,
really hard to like.
you could show it if you want
All
to.
right, I'll be just don't judge me trying to get. Fuck. Ow. Oh shit. Fuck. I kind of ate shit. Don't worry about it. I'll
That's
send you a
cool.
picture.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was my first like big tattoo, and my tattoo artist was like, "Why an octopus?" And I was like, "I don't know, they're just fucking cool, I guess." And he told me that when a male octopus mates, he throws his dick at a female octopus, and she uses it as a dildo on herself, and then gets pregnant that way. And I was like, "Wow."
I would think. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's
What?
interesting at least.
At least you know she was happy. She got to use it how she wanted to. You know.
I just don't even have to worry about the man. Fuck that
Right.
guy.
Dang. That's cool. All right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what are your five favorite drinks?
mm, well, number one, Baja Blast.
From Taco
I
Bell.
fucking love Baja Blast. Number two, I think I'm gonna say Coke, and I think third place I'm gonna say tea, which is what I've been drinking tonight. I really like tea. I hate drinking plain water by itself, so I think that tea is a decently healthy alternative. Um, I mean, compared to soda at least. I don't remember what number I'm on. I think this is my fourth. Would be apple juice. I love apple juice. And fifth, I'm gonna say milk. Milk is bomb.
That's cool. Milk is bomb. Do you drink hot milk?
I've had warm milk like when I'm feeling sick or like if I want to soothe my throat or whatever. But for the most part, I just drink it cold.
That's cool. That's cool. My next question for you is, do you like to go shopping?
I mean, yes and no. I like leaving the house. I like going to the store, and I like having new things, but I don't like spending money. And I don't like spending other people's money. So like people have offered to take me shopping or whatever, that just makes me feel like super guilty when they try to buy me things. Um I'd say Yes, mostly, like, especially if I've been given money, like, for Christmas for the sole purpose of shopping. That kind of shopping I like. But when it's my money coming out of my bank account, I'm like,
That's cool. That's cool. Um, my next question for you is, I'm sorry. My
no
next
worries.
question for you is, what are your plans for the next 5 years, and what are your plans for the next 10 years?
Wow. I don't know if I would say that I have plans. More like I have goals that I hope to achieve. I haven't really planned anything out yet. I'm kind of stuck in this phase of my life where I'm like, just let it be how it be. Like whatever happens, happens. And I kind of don't like that about myself. I want to be more goal oriented and more driven, but I mean, for the next 5 years, I'm hoping that I can get moved from the trailer I'm renovating into a even nicer house. And I think that with the kind of money that most sex workers make, I think that that's a goal, like a possible goal. And I'm hoping to get big on any website. That'd be great. And by big, I mean like at least like 10,000 followers would be really cool. I know that's a lot. Like I'm not saying it's a little amount, but that would be amazing. Um, I want to get a new dog. I want to get a puppy when I move out. I really want to get a German Shepherd. I think they're super cool. And I'm really good with dogs, so I think I could train it to be like, one of those police dogs that like walks underneath their legs and like squats when they squat and like moves side to side and like a guard dog. My dog would be like that. I don't know. 10 years is even harder. I hope I'm not dead. That would be cool. um, I want to start my own website or my own business of some sort, kind of like what you were talking about earlier about like making like a new porn industry. Like that would be really cool. That's something that I would love to get into. Um, I want to own a Tesla. I think Teslas are cool, and I don't know. I want to have had at least one successful relationship, and hopefully, I will have lost my virginity in these 10 years. I think those are good plans. I guess.
I think those are great plans. I want to own a Tesla too.
Fuck yeah, dude. What model do you want?
Shoot,
If you
man.
know, if you don't know, it's okay. I can't tell them apart either.
I think this the sport con with the fastest one, that one.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
it might be like a S or something. I don't know, but I seen
I
this.
don't know either.
There's this one dude on YouTube. His name is like, I think it's Telsa Racing Channel. I don't know, but he has like, it's just a white Tesla with regular rims on it, and he's doing drag strip races against like the baddest looking cars ever, and it's electric. It's like he's just
That's
killing
so
everybody.
fast.
Like,
Yeah, dude. My uncle runs like a car museum. Not the same uncle who smokes at 420 every morning. That'd be bomb, but different uncle. He owns a car museum and he has a Tesla. I didn't get to drive it, but I was sitting in the car while my dad was driving it, and those things are so weird. Like, you know how normally when you're driving, if you are like coming up to a stop sign or something, you don't just like slam on the brakes or whatever. You will like slowly take your foot off the pedal and like for me, since my car is so old, I literally just take my foot off the pedal completely, and it's so big and heavy that it just like stops. But with a Tesla, however hard you're pushing the pedal is like how fast it's going. So my dad was going like 45, and he took his foot off the gas to slow down, and the car just stopped in the middle of the road. Like, because they're battery cars, if you're not giving them juice, they
it's
just stop.
right.
We all like hit the seats. We were like, "Oh shit, did you slam on the brakes?"
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're
Dang.
really weird, but I like them.
I like them too. I like them too. And I like that big old tablet they have in the middle.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
they're really cool. They're really cool cars.
For real. What is your mess? Okay, do you have any talents?
Any talent? I can wiggle my ears and I can flare my nostrils. um, I don't think I have any other talents besides like I don't know, masturbating prettily in front of a camera. Not very
Yes, ma'am.
interesting.
Yes, ma'am. My next question for you, Miss Kitten, is what is your message to the future generation of women?
That's a good question. Wow, this is a lot of pressure.
Take your
um,
time. Take your time. You could just say hey if you want. Take your time.
my message will be, hey, fuck you. I'm just kidding. No, I think I would say that things are rapidly changing, and that one of the best things that you can have, like one of the best traits you can have in life, is adaptability. Being able to adapt to different circumstances is very important, and I think that for the last like 10 years everything has been very stagnant. Like COVID happened and just everyone had a complete fucking meltdown. Like even people who were really put together just did not know what to do. And I think that if people were more like adaptable, that a lot of bad things could have been avoided. And I'm not saying that we should have been more adaptable. No one ever could have seen this coming. But in the future, since this is a message to the future, that's a trait I think that you should work really hard on, because if I had been better at adaptability, maybe I would not have suffered so much. Like when my high school just got canceled in the middle of the year, I was a senior. I was supposed to graduate in 2020. And I mean, I technically did graduate, but it was a really weird year, you know? Like a lot of people were really depressed and really anxious because they couldn't handle the change. And I think that being able to handle the change will be very beneficial in the future, because things are just gonna get crazier. I promise you that. This is only the beginning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Kitten, my next question for you is what would you like to tell your future self 20 years from now?
I don't know if I would tell her anything, but I think I would ask her a lot of questions. Like, I don't think there's any advice that I could give my future self, but I would maybe ask her like, what is your opinion on like current events that are happening now? Like 10 years from now, I would be like, how do you feel about this thing that happened 10 years ago? You know, and I think I would ask her if she has gotten any better at like being socially normal, because I have a very bad social anxiety. I'm doing fine in an interview because the camera makes the whole world of difference. Like if I were sitting in front of you in real life, I would be freaking out right now. I have terrible anxiety. And I think I'd just ask her like, have you gotten any better? Have you figured out any coping mechanisms? Like, how's that going for you? Because it's been a pretty big hindrance in my life, you know? And I'd like to see if future me has made any improvements.
I think that's cool. I think that's cool, Miss Kitten.
I'm glad you think so.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, so Miss Kai Kitten, my next question for you is are there any shout outs that you would like to make to your friends or to your family?
I'd say right off the bat, I want to thank the 3 fan accounts that have been made for me. I think that it is fucking amazing that people like me enough to make fan pages for me. That is so unbelievably cool. It's nothing I ever could have pictured happening. And the the second fan page ever made for me actually had more followers than I did for a while. Like, my account was at 600, and his account was at 700, and it was like a Kai Kitten fan page, and I was like, what the heck? I wasn't mad. I was just confused, but I think it's so amazing that he worked so hard to develop such a big following. Like, just for me basically, because he's not getting anything out of it. And there are 2 others who are also working super hard on their fan accounts. That is so fucking cool. Like, thank you guys so much. You guys have made my whole world. And of course, I want to shout out all of my amazing audience. There are a few in particular who are extremely generous. I don't want to say any names because I don't want to make anyone jealous, but I think they will know who they are because I think I'm very close with those people and I'm very appreciative of them. And lastly, just the two models who helped me get started and who I'm helping get started. Ruby Jade on my free cams and Eva Adams on my free cams, both good friends of mine in real life as well. Both beautiful gals, so please check them out. And if you need to find them, they're on my profile under my favorite friends too, so pretty easy to get there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Kai, Miss Kitten. My next question for you is, what would you like people to know about you before they go to your social medias?
I want them to know that I love talking. I would absolutely love to chat if anyone wants to send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter. We could strike up a conversation. I'm very open. Any questions you want to ask, please ask. Don't feel nervous or uncomfortable. I'll probably answer it unless you're really weird. I'm just kidding, but um I think that I just want you guys to know that I am trying my absolute best to make a change in this world and to make a change in not the porn industry, but like how people perceive the porn industry, I guess. So yeah, come be part of my audience. We have a lot of fun. I'm starting a D&D campaign in my Discord server soon, so come play D&D with us.
You've been saying that recently on your stream
Yeah.
too. Like anybody play D&D?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I got a D&D tattoo.
What?
It's kind of
Dang.
hard to tell what it is because it's all smudged because the guy who did it did
I
a
know
shit
what it
job.
is.
It's at least one.
The community knows what it is. The right people
Yeah,
know. That's
exactly.
all that matters. Um.
Anybody else would have no idea what it is, but that's okay.
All right. So, Miss Kitten, my next question for you is, what what would you like to this? What would you like to say to the people who look down on cam girls and adult entertainers?
Oh, that's good. That's a really good one. A lot of people would have a lot of very mean things to say, but in my opinion, I think that the people who hate only do it because they don't fully understand it, which is that's generally when people hate on something, it's because they are scared of it or because they don't understand it. And I cannot blame them at all for hating the cam industry and the sex work industry because society has basically told us to hate these people. So I would prefer if they didn't, but I understand why they do. And one thing I would like to say to them is that when you work in a factory, when you work in an oil rig, you are doing physical manual labor. And in that instance, you are selling your body to your company. You're giving your body up for a job. And in my opinion, what I do is pretty much the same thing. I'm selling my body to someone as my job. And I honestly think my job is probably a lot easier. And I think that's why people dislike it so much, is because I am selling my body, but it's not hard work, except it is, but it doesn't look like hard work. So I'm having a hard time making this short, but
Take your
basically,
time.
everyone sells their body, you know? Everyone sells it. Everyone who has a job is selling their body or their mind. And as for me, got shit for brains, so I might as well sell my body. Yeah, and if you hate on cam girls, come watch my stream because I will make you change your mind.
That's the best promo ever. That's cool.
Except it went on for way too long because I don't know how to stop talking.
No, that's fine. This has been a great interview so far. I promise
I'm
you
really glad. You
that.
have been a great interviewer. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Um, for
Oh,
real.
my elbow popped so bad.
Mine did too, dog. I didn't want to say nothing, but damn.
Twinsies.
For real.
That's hilarious.
That boy hurt. I shouldn't have did that. We should have stretched before this interview.
Yeah, I gotta do those over the arm.
For real.
Yeah.
Um, alright, so Miss Kitten, my next question for you is how do you feel women are represented in the world?
I think that every country represents women a lot differently, and that there are some countries where women are still being represented as sex tools and personal housemaids and baby carriers, and that's it. Like, their whole purpose is to serve a man. For example, Nigeria is really, really, really bad with feminism right now. Like, a woman who gets raped has to have 5 witnesses if she wants to go to court about it. If she doesn't have 5 witnesses, either they don't take the case or she gets in trouble for even trying. And I'm thinking the only instance where I can think of someone having 5 witnesses to their rape is if they were gang raped. And who the fuck in the gang is going to testify for her, you know? So that's incredibly depressing to me that things like that are still happening. I think that in first world countries, women are being portrayed as a little bit of good and bad. The good things are women are being portrayed as very intelligent and powerful, and we're really making our way up in the world as far as like feminism and equality. We are really starting to finally get to be on equal terms, which is amazing. Um, but I think there's still also a lot of imagery that depicts women being ignorant or crazy, or like a big one I'm seeing is just like inherently far left. Like, people just label women as like crazy liberals, which I know a lot of conservative women and I know a lot of liberal women, so that just seems like a really harsh generalization to me. Yeah, so good and bad. I would really like to see more women empowerment in a lot of third world countries. I think we're doing really great in America, the UK, Canada. We're doing really great, guys. And I want to see, I guess I shouldn't say guys, ladies. And I would love to see that spreading further down into those countries where women are still seen as objects, you know? I think we need to spread our wings a little bit more.
I agree. I agree. Um, my last question for you, Miss Kitten, is what would you do if you were the president?
Oh, probably go gray. Oh god. There's a lot of things that I would want to change, but actually changing them is an entire another it's a whole nother ball game, you know? I think that honestly, like, it might not be a bad idea, and I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but I don't think it would be a bad idea to have some kind of like economical reset. I know that a lot of people have been talking about it recently. Like, we are so massively inflated. 25 cents used to buy you a movie ticket, movie snacks, and maybe a snack on the way home too. And now, what the fuck can you get for 25 cents? Even like gumballs are becoming like 50 cents, 75 cents now. And I'm like, what? So I don't know. Inflation is terrible. America is a really huge country, and it's really hard to keep it so that the whole country doesn't inflate. A lot of times you'll have it that the big cities like New York and LA are inflating at faster rates than the smaller rural counties, which makes sense. So it's really hard across the board. I think that the first thing I would do is I would make state governments more powerful so that instead of the United States government as a whole being the most powerful, it would be that each state kind of makes its own decisions. Because this is such a big country, you know? Like, it's very hard to vote on something that affects the national scale when you have never experienced that problem in your town, you know? So I think giving more power to the state governments would be a good idea, and finding some way to erase inflation sounds completely impossible, but I think it would be a good goal to work towards, you know? Bringing it back to a point where property is actually worth something and you get paid a reasonable amount at your job, you know?
Absolutely. Miss Kai Kitten, I want to tell you thank you for coming on my show, especially as a 100th interview. Is there, for real, Is there anything that I didn't ask you or anything that we didn't talk about that you would like to say?
Um, I guess I just want to say thank you. This has been amazing. I would highly suggest that anyone who is interested hits you up for an interview because this has been really fun. And I would like to say just support sex workers. Like don't get anything from Pornhub. You're just feeding a corporation. I don't know. I don't have too much to talk about, but I really appreciated this. I hope that I could maybe bring awareness to some issues that we talked about throughout the interview. And I hope that people enjoyed watching this because I had a lot of fun doing it.
Me too, Miss Cockett, and me too. Thank you again so much for coming on my show.
Thank you. I really, really appreciated this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.